facts you keep in mind in case you decide to get a pet like this. Fact number 1. A chinchilla needs the right cage, its own personal and safe space. Unlike a cat or a dog, chinchilla won't be able to roam free around the house. The animal is rather active, so small cages are not suitable. The minimum recommended size you can see on the video. It's preferable for the cage to be tall with wooden shelves, which the animal can hop on. No meshed and no means wired shelves. Such shelves can cause injuries. Such tiny delicate paws can get caught in them. Also, a metallic cage can rattle loudly because of the animal's jumping habit. Another option is to order a special display cage for chinchilla, in which the animal makes less noise and litter is less likely to fly out. Chinchilla is not a hamster or a mouse. It's not natural for it to eat grains and apples. Moreover, in their natural habitat, on the slopes of the Chilean mountains, they simply have no one else to find such succulent and nutritious food. All this can cause excessive fermentation in their stomach, as well as constipation, obesity and diarrhea. That's why it's important to remember that the base food for a chinchilla is hay. Many major breeders and vets confirm this. They consider simply dry, clean, fine hay to be healthiest and safest food for chinchillas. It will ensure proper intestinal motility and will allow chinchillas to naturally wear down their permanently growing back teeth. You can give your chinchilla an unlimited amount of hay. In addition to hay, these animals require special pellets, but no more than 1 or 2 tablespoons a day. No grains or muesli, just pure grass pellets for chinchillas. To choose the best ones, pay attention to the ingredients. The ideal feed should contain 15–20% of protein, up to 5% fat, and 18–50% fiber. If your chinchilla is pregnant, nursing, or under 5 months of age, pellets like hay should not be restricted. The animal can eat as well as it wants. Often owners want to spoil their pet. In this case, the chinchilla can be treated with dried rose petals, occasional dried apples, and maybe some oatmeal, no more than a teaspoon a day. That's it. Chinchilla's diet is surprisingly simple. The main thing is not to give to animal anything unnecessary. You can find a handy table with recommended diet in the description of the video. And don't forget about water. Like any other rodent, a chinchilla must have a free access to clean and fresh drinking water. And according to some research, chinchillas tend to drink less water from water bottles for rodents. That's why with these animals it's better to give them water in bowls. But don't forget to make sure that the bowls and the water are always super clean. It is a popular opinion that you shouldn't give chinchillas mineral stones, that they lead to kidney stone disease. But scientific research doesn't support this. So if your chinchilla likes them, you can give them to the animal, but they're not actually proven to be particularly beneficial. Fact number 3. Chinchilla have magnificent fur. They were once hunted down in droves for their valuable fur, but later people learned to keep them in captivity, likewise for their fur. Chinchilla's fur is just incredible. It is dense but very soft and thin. It makes the animal appear large and even massive. But when you pick it up, you realize that it is a pure cloud. The secret to the magic of their fur is that tens of hundreds of hairs grow out of each hair follicle, creating this dense effect. That's why all attempts at washing or brushing chinchillas are a mistake. You absolutely can't make a chinchilla wet, since it will have a hard time getting dry. There are known cases of mold forming in chinchilla's fur due to high humidity. You can only wash the dirt off its coat in the most extreme cases. For example, if the animal is sick or if it rolled around in the excrement and got too dirty. Fact number 4. In order to keep their magical fur clean, chinchillas must have dust baths. You can find bath sand made from finest volcanic mountain pumice in a pet store. It will bind up excess grease and dirt, which will allow your pet to shake it off and clean its gorgeous coat. Chinchillas that regularly bathe in this sand look simply fabulous. You can buy special bathing containers for chinchillas with bent rims to prevent sand from flying in all directions. You can leave the bathing bowl constantly accessible, but keep a close eye on it. Make sure it's clean and monitor the state of your chinchilla's ears. Sometimes their thin ears can get very dry from frequent bathing. Also, they sometimes go potty in the sand and instantly ruin it. So if you have a pet with such inclinations, it's better if you let them have dust or sand baths 3-4 times a week. Fact number 5. The purpose of chinchilla's incredibly dense fur is not only to delight us with what magical marshmallows they are. Above all, their fur is a warm coat that keeps them warm in Chilean mountains. But the temperatures in our homes are by no means mountainous, especially in summer, when the thermometer is at a high point both during the day and in the evening. You always need to remember that a comfortable temperature for a chinchilla is 64-68 degrees, 80-20 in Celsius. It is dangerous when the temperature in the room rises above 77 degrees 25 in Celsius. It can lead to overheating and to the death of the animal. The most reliable option: keep chinchillas in an air-conditioned house. But if it's not possible, make sure that the cage doesn't receive any direct sunlight. In extreme heat, cover the chinchilla's cage with towels, dampen it with cold water, and offer the animals cooling mats or ice packs. Also, because of the risk of overheating, you shouldn't pet them for too long. It's just that we have warm enough hands, and when handling a fluffy chinchilla, they can sweat, ruin the fur with sebum, and overheat the animal. Fact number 6. You always need to tame them. Chinchilla is not a dog, and initially it doesn't seek contact with a human. Even if you got your baby from a good breeder, from tame and kind parents, the animal can still be frightened by the new environment, sounds, smells, and new people. That's why you shouldn't rush while establishing the contact with the baby chinchilla. Patiently attract it with treats, calmly talk to the animal, trying to gradually gain its trust. And only when you have had access, when the chinchilla no longer runs away from you and doesn't try to hide, that's when you can start picking it up and petting the animal a little at a time. Your pet's complete trust in you will make caring for it easier. Your visits to the vet will get easier, and your life together will be a lot more pleasant. Fact number 7. They are skittish. In the wild, chinchillas have extremely many enemies, so they are very vigilant by nature, and any extraneous sounds can scare them. Chinchilla is quite impressionable and jumps up funnily at the drop of a hat, but you shouldn't laugh at that. As you know, stress doesn't only negatively affect the psyche, but also the immune system of the animal, which won't add to its health and won't make you happy. Besides, a scared chinchilla can bite very hard. Fact number 8. Chinchilla can't stand noise. Due to being scared easily, it's better to house your chinchilla in the quiet places in the house and make sure that other pets or the sudden sounds of a lively company or of children games won't disturb the animal. Fact number 9. Chinchilla is not the best choice of a pet for a small child. Small kids are usually very loud, make sudden movements, and they want close tactile contact with their pet. All this will be a source of constant stress for the chinchilla. If we are talking about my assistant Pasha, who has a chinchilla called Mish, then yes, Pasha got Mish when Pasha was 12 years old. But 12 is old enough to be sensitive to animals' needs, and Pasha is a very special young man. At 12 he didn't only have a chinchilla, but also a toad, and at 14, when I met him, he was already breeding frogs. In other words, he is very responsible, with a great interest in animals. And you have to understand that not all children and not even all people are like that. And if you get a chinchilla for a child, then keep in mind that it's going to be your animal. You will be responsible for it, and you will always need to teach your child how to handle this unusual pet, to understand the animal and respect its needs, and then older child will be much better at it. Fact number 10. Chinchilla can cause allergies. And now it's time to dispel a very common myth that chinchillas are hypoallergenic. It's not true. Their magical, fine, fluffy fur, which by the way they can shed in lumps due to stress, may well cause an allergenic reaction. Of course, if you are suffering from a cat or dog allergy, you might not be allergenic to chinchillas' fur or saliva or food, but still, if there are people with allergies in your family, don't trust the rumors. And before you get a pet, do some tests to find out whether you are allergic to chinchilla, or at least try to have a close contact with the species beforehand. Fact number 11. They make noise at night. They don't make any loud noises or cries, but they are mostly active at dusk. Usually chinchillas start jumping, gnawing, running around in a wheel after 10 p.m. And if their territory is anywhere near your bedroom, there is a risk that you will have a hard time falling asleep. Fact number 12. Also, chinchilla chew on everything. So if you don't give your pet special wooden bars and twigs designed for this purpose, he may chew up all his shelves and houses. And that will be perfectly normal. What's more, gnawing is very good for their teeth. It's important for chinchillas to exercise their teeth and especially to eat plenty of raw food like hay. Their teeth are growing all the time, and without exercising their teeth, they won't be able to wear them away properly, which can severely injure their mouth, and you will need a visit to the vet. Fact number 13. Unfortunately, chinchillas are not always tidy. For instance, they can easily pee on shelves and their bedding. That's why you will need to keep a close eye on how clean everything is. Fact number 14. Nevertheless, they can be potty trained. Still, chinchillas are generally most cleaner than other domestic rodents. You can install a special corner little pan with bedding for rodents as a toilet in the cage. The bedding, of course, should only be natural and safe. Fact number 15. This savage can flee and poop at you. For example, Mish, when he wasn't completely tamed yet, used to fling poop at his enemies. He literally threw poop at everybody he considered to be a hostile. Fortunately, they have very dry faces, but sometimes they can pee on you for the same reason. So it's another argument in favor of taming your chinchilla. Fact number 16. You should never let your chinchilla roam freely around the house, especially unsupervised. Our homes are not safe for rodents and are full of all kinds of dangers. Crevices and wires everywhere. It's easy to get stuck and injured. And also they can easily be overheated while they walk around house. Fact number 17. The right exercise wheel is good for them. Still, they need to keep fit, and if your chinchilla loves the wheel, it's a great option to put a wheel in its safe, spacious display case for the animal to run on. Be sure to choose either wooden wheels with the crossbars, or at least plastic wheels with a qualitative plastic, and only if your chinchilla doesn't chew it, and not the wired ones, since chinchilla's tiny paws might get caught in them, which can lead to injuries. Also, the wheels should be very big, at least 30 or 40 centimeters in diameter. I also want to warn you against using hamster balls. For some reason, they are a popular choice for chinchillas. These balls are those plastic thinnies in which pets are allowed to run around the house. But first of all, they are disoriented animals. And second one, they can lead to spinal injuries. Fact number 18. Chinchillas feel lonely by itself. These animals are not as social as parrots or rats. Your chinchilla won't suffer too much from being alone. That's why it's considered a normal practice keeping them alone as pets. But you have to communicate and play with the animal. And if you happen to get your chinchilla a friend, that would be a great option. But of course, make sure that said friend is of the same sex, if you don't want unwanted offspring. Also, you need to be ready to accept the fact that a chinchilla that cohabits with another chin might become less time. And the 19th fact is pretty good news. A chinchilla has an average lifespan of 11 to 20 years. With good care and good health, it will be with you for a very long time, which sets them apart from many other rodents. Not to say that chinchillas are sickly, but any living creature may require doctor's help. So be sure to find out where you can find a qualified professional in your city. As practice shows, not every clinic has a vet that knows how to deal with rodents. And fact number 12. They are wonderful pets if you know the whole truth. Chinchillas are endlessly adorable, cute, fluffy clouds. They are absolutely amazing, and for the right understanding owners, they are great pet. And I know that many people won't be put off by all things listed in this video, but it's always the same. It's important the people know the truth about the pet before they decide to get one. I hope this video will help you with this and help chinchillas find loving and caring owners. Big thanks to Mish. I'm in love with this chin. This has been the Bestiary Channel, Marina Pravda, truth about exotic pets. Till next time, goodbye. Mish, wave your hand. Such a tiny hand. Oh.